We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
A very good morning, good afternoon, good night, whenever you will watch this video. So today my topic is window air conditioner. So over here I have drawn one diagram which will indicate the construction of a window air conditioner. In my previous video, I have explained about the air conditioning process. Air conditioning means what, and I have classified the air conditioner, in which last classification was very much important, which was classification based on construction. So first classification was a window air conditioner. So over here today we will study about the window air conditioner, and last classification was split air conditioner. So in my next video I will try to make this video based on working principle of a split AC or split air conditioner. So we'll start with our new topic, which is window air conditioner. Now in window air conditioner, first of all we will study about its construction. So in construction, what we can say, that window AC consists of one big box or one big container. In that big container, total 4 devices are located, as usual that we have studied in VCR cycle. Which 4 devices are located in a big box? First device is known as that is your evaporator. So over here that portion is known as evaporator, that I wrote over here, that is your evaporator. Evaporator is connected with what? It is connected with, over here it is connected with compressor. So I wrote over here compressor. Then outlet of compressor is connected with what? It is connected with condenser. So over here I wrote condenser. And outlet of condenser in VCR cycle, it is connected with expansion device. So over here outlet of condenser is connected with what? It is connected with capillary tube. Now that tube which connects the condenser and evaporator, that is used to expand the refrigerant, or that is used to decrease the pressure and temperature of the refrigerant. In the case of VCR cycle, we have used one expansion device after the condenser, in between condenser and evaporator. That expansion device will decrease the pressure and temperature, same function that capillary tube will perform. Now capillary tube means what? Actually it is a tube in which small hole is provided and refrigerant will pass from this small hole. So pressure of the refrigerant will decrease and temperature will also be decreased. Now in additional, over here few devices are also there. So over here I have drawn one fan. That fan is mounted in front of, behind the evaporator. That is why that fan is known as evaporator fan. So over here I wrote that is evaporator fan. Now one more fan is there which is mounted in front, behind the condenser. So that is known as condenser fan. So over here I wrote condenser fan. And if you want to rotate the condenser fan as well as evaporator fan, so one motor is required. So over here we will attach one motor. After that this line, that these are the bricks, and this thing is known as wall. So first of all what we will do, we will break the bricks of the wall. Supposing one wall is there, and if you will break the bricks of the wall, then you will make one hole, and inside of one hole what you will do, that as I told you, that is a big box or big container which consists of 4 devices: compressor, condenser, capillary tube and evaporator. That big container consists of 4 devices, and that big container we will insert inside of the hole that we have provided by breaking the bricks of the wall. So over here these are the bricks and that is the wall, and we have made one hole, and inside of that hole we are placing the window AC, or you can say we are placing the big box or container consisting of 4 devices. Now that big box or container we will place in such a way that evaporator portion will remain inside of the room. So over here I wrote inside of the room, and remaining all devices like compressor, condenser and capillary tube will remain outside of the room. So over here I wrote outside of the room. Now you have to keep evaporator inside of the room, as evaporator will absorb the heat and refrigerating effect will produce. So if that portion you will keep outside, so what's happened? A condenser portion will be inside, and condenser will do what? It will reject the heat. So instead of lowering the temperature inside of the room, temperature may increase. So that is why to maintain the temperature inside of the room, that evaporator portion must be placed inside of the room. So that is all about the construction. Now we will start with the working principle. In working principle, what we will say, initially in evaporator, that is the evaporator, low temperature refrigerant is present and low pressure refrigerant is present. You can say like that, in evaporator, low temperature refrigerant is present. Forget about the pressure, pressure is low. Now in evaporator, low temperature refrigerant is present. And over here, that is a room. Inside of that room, high temperature of air is present. Okay. So now, when that high temperature of air will come in contact with the filter, so that dark portion is known as filter. Somewhere I wrote that is filter. The dark portion is known as filter. Now filter will do what? Okay, whatever air which will enter inside of the evaporator, before entering the air, filter will do what? It will absorb the dust particles. That means clean air will pass through the evaporator. So number one, dust particle is removed. After that, when that hot air will come in contact with the evaporator, and inside of the evaporator, low temperature of refrigerant is present. That means this thing has very much low temperature. So what's happened? In the hot air, water particles are present in the form of a vapor. So that water particle will stick at the outer surface of that evaporator. That means in the air, whatever moisture is there, whatever humidity is there, that humidity will stick on the outer periphery of that evaporator, and that water particle will be collected inside of one tray. Below that one tray is there, and that water particle will be rejected at the back side of the AC. Maybe you have seen sometime that at the outside, at the back side of the AC, some water is dropped outside of the AC, but initially we are not feeling any water. Then also how water comes outside of the AC? So that is the only reason that over here what's happened, in the hot air, water particles are present in the form of a vapor, and that water particle will stick at the outer periphery of that condenser, and that finally that water particle will be collected with the help of one tray, and that with the help of that tray, what's happened? It has certain slope. That water particle will be rejected at the back side of your AC. That means over here, what's happened? Okay, if I want to explain, give one example of this, how water particles are stick on the outer periphery of that evaporator. If you will take one very cold water inside of a glass, and that glass if you will keep inside of and in the atmosphere, so what's happened? In the atmosphere, hot air is present, and that hot air consists of water particles in the form of vapor. So over here, temperature is very much low. That is your glass having a low temperature, because inside of that glass, cold water is present. So when hot air will come in contact with that cold surface, so what's happened? In the hot air, whatever vapor particle of water is present, that vapor particle will reduce its temperature, and if vapor particle will reduce its temperature, so vapor particle will convert into a liquid particle, and that liquid particle will stick at the outer periphery of the glass. Similar manner, that is your evaporator, just like glass, cold glass, and that is your atmospheric air. So from the atmospheric air, whatever vapor particle will there, that will convert into a liquid particle, and that collected or stick on the outer periphery of that evaporator, and that after that it will be collected with the help of tray and rejected in the surrounding. Over here, what's happened? Two things are happened. First one, moisture is reduced as well as the humidity also reduced. And after reducing moisture and humidity, that hot air will be converted into a cold air, because over here heat transfer takes place. Over here hot air, over here cold air. That is cold refrigerant or cold evaporator. That cold evaporator will absorb the heat from the hot air. So hot air will convert into a cold one over here, when it will absorb the heat. And over here dehumidification is there. Dehumidification means what? Humidity is decreased as well as moisture particles are also decreased. And finally whatever cold air is there, with the help of evaporator fan, that evaporator fan is rotating, that evaporator fan will reject that cold air, which is dehumidified. Dehumidified means what? Moisture particles are reduced, or humidification is reduced, humidities are reduced. So that dehumidified air, which is a cold air, is rejected once again into a your room. So that is why that is known as air conditioned space. Now air conditioning means what? In air conditioning, which things we are maintaining? First one, temperature is maintained. So over here heat exchange process is taken place. So cold air is rejected, so temperature is maintained. Second one is what? Dust particles are removed. So with the help of filter, what's happened? Dust particles are removed. Third one is what? Humidity is reduced and moisture particles are also reduced. So over here small water particles are stayed on the evaporator, so that whatever air will be exhausted inside of the room, that air has less amount of water vapor particles. That means that air is dehumidified. Okay, so all four purposes are satisfied. So that is why that space is known as air conditioning space or air conditioned space. After that, over here inside of that evaporator, cold refrigerant is present. Refrigerant is present at a lower temperature, but when it will absorb the heat from the room, so inside of the evaporator whatever refrigerant is there, it will increase its temperature. Now that is the outlet of hot refrigerant, you can say like that. So now that outlet over here I wrote like that high temperature and low pressure of refrigerant. Over here, as evaporator has absorbed the heat, so at the outlet of evaporator you will get high temperature of refrigerant. After that, that high temperature of refrigerant will enter into a compressor. Now in compressor what's happened? It will increase the pressure and temperature. So at the outlet of compressor, what's happened? What you will get? You will get high pressure and high temperature of vapor form of refrigerant, because over here liquid form is there. When liquid form will increase its temperature, so what's happened? It will convert into a vapor form. So at the outlet of compressor, that is your outlet of compressor, that is your inlet of compressor. With the help of inlet of compressor, what's happened? From the evaporator, high temperature air will enter into a evaporator. So that I wrote over here high temperature of refrigerant. And after the compression process, what's happened? That liquid form will increase its temperature so that it will convert into a vapor form having high temperature. So high temperature and high pressure of vapor form of refrigerant will enter into a condenser. Now in condenser, what's happened? Condensation process is taken place, and due to the condensation process, what's happened? That vapor refrigerant will reject its heat. Over here condenser fan is also located. So when condenser fan will rotate, so what's happened? Over here whatever hot refrigerant is present, from that hot refrigerant, due to the rotation of the fan, heat is rejected. So that hot air is rejected into a atmosphere. Now at the back side of the window AC, if you will stand, so you will get some hotness. Why you will get some hotness? Because condenser is present and condenser is rejecting the heat from the high temperature of vapor form of refrigerant. Now over here condenser has rejected the heat from the high temperature of liquid refrigerant. So that liquid temperature, that refrigerant which is in the form of vapor, that will reduce its temperature, and when vapor will reduce its temperature, so it will convert into a liquid form, and its temperature is also low. So over here low temperature and high pressure of liquid refrigerant. Over here I wrote one thing, that is your capillary tube, that is your liquid refrigerant at low temperature. In condenser, heat is rejected from the refrigerant, so it's at the outlet of condenser you will get low temperature of liquid form of refrigerant. That low temperature of liquid form of refrigerant will enter into a capillary tube. In capillary tube, what's happened? Its pressure and temperature is reduced, so at the outlet of capillary tube you will get very much low pressure and temperature of refrigerant. Now that very much low pressure and temperature of refrigerant will once again enter into a evaporator. Once again evaporator will do what? As in evaporator temperature is very much low of refrigerant, again evaporator will absorb the heat from the room. Again what's happened? Dust particles are removed with the help of that filter. Again that hot air consists of what? Water particles in the form of vapor. That water particles in the form of vapor will stick at the outer periphery of that evaporator. So what's happened? Dehumidified air is produced and cold air will be rejected, that cold air having the dehumidification. So this device will do what? It will dehumidify the air, also it will cool the air, and cycle will keep continuing. So that is the working principle of window AC. If you want to understand the proper working principle of window AC, so first of all VCR cycle working principle must be clear in your mind. Then only that would be very much easy for you. Achha. Now over here certain limitations are there. First limitation is what for this type of air conditioner, that in this type of air conditioner compressor is located very much nearer to the room, and as you know compressor will produce some noise. Why? Because it is vibrating when it is electricity supply is given to that compressor. So as compressor is producing some noise, inside of the room also some noise is present. So that is a first disadvantage, you can say like that. Now second disadvantage is what? That condenser and evaporator, both of the devices are located in a single unit, or both of the devices are located in a single box. Now condenser will reject the heat, so whatever heat which is rejected by the condenser, among that some heat will be absorbed by evaporator also. Why? Because evaporator having a low temperature refrigerant and condenser having a high temperature refrigerant, and according to the law of thermodynamics, heat will always flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. So in condenser high temperature, in evaporator low temperature, so evaporator will absorb some heat from condenser also, and if evaporator will absorb some heat, so evaporator temperature is increasing and evaporator is present inside of the room. That means what? Desirable cooling effect you are not able to get inside of the room, as evaporator temperature is little bit high because it will absorb the heat from condenser also. So over here desirable cooling effect you are not able to get inside of the room. Achha. Last disadvantage of this window AC is what? That to install this type of AC, to install, that is your room, to install this type of AC, what is required? Proper hole is required. That means you have to break the you have to break the bricks of the wall and you have to make one proper hole. Then only this type of window AC can be inserted, and then only this type of window AC you can use. So these are the three limitations, you can say like this. So generally this type of ACs are right nowadays we are able to see very few due to this type of disadvantages. Now these all disadvantages will be overcome by using the split AC. That split AC I will discuss in my next video. I hope you understand the construction and working principle. So again I will say that read hard, work hard. Up till then, thank you very much.